man, just a little fun. It's Mardi Gras season down down in New Orleans and down on the Gulf Coast. Mobile, Alabama is where it started. New Orleans made it famous. I got some buddies down there right now that are probably ripped up, and they're having fun and feeling great. And I'm feeling great too because of two reasons. One, I'm 41 days, no booze. I feel fantastic. I'm going to get into that in a minute. And tomorrow, Friday, February 28th, the Brett Papa course releases. Big news. And we are so excited. You guys saw the trailer. Thanks for watching that. That is just a small glimpse of what this 6 to 7 hour course is going to be. There's so much stuff packed into this thing. It's really an amazing course. I'm so proud. I'm so proud to be releasing this with my really good friend, Brett Papa. He's a great guy. He's got integrity. He keeps, the list of people that he works with are really, really great. They're working professional musicians, some of the most talented guys I know, my friends. And man, Brett's got it dialed in. His audio, his video, the way he pulls the best out of us for these courses and, helping with ideas and helping us dial in what we're doing and be able to explain things in a way that makes it really, really helpful for you guys. And so I'm learning a lot. We're all learning a lot here. So this course, I can't tell you, man, it's just everything that I know on the guitar up until this point. I mean, we covered it all, and it's mainly focused on the things that really changed my life on the guitar. It's the things that really, really, springboarded me into the next chapter of my playing when I wanted to be able to find the sounds that other guys were playing because it made me feel something. These key things that I learned that I'm teaching in this course, those are the things that helped me. And so there's no secret weapon here, other than time spent on the instrument. But these things, I swear to God, will help you save 20 years of darting in all these different directions and trying to find the magic course that the new trendy thing or whatever. And a lot of those courses, to be honest, are taught by guys that don't have any experience. So that's the little selling point that I'll tell you is, this has allowed me to have a sustainable career as a musician, being able to play and work with all these different people, from the bluegrass communities to the jazz and rock and funk and the session guys and the singer-songwriters and the experimental stuff that I love to do with the trio. It's all these things, and so it's just, I'm at the point now in my life at 46 years old where I can actually shed some light on the things, and looking back, and gaining that perspective and that experience, I can help you. And so let's do it. If you ever wanted to help support something, as far as I'm concerned, in our community, let's get into this course together. Get the course, go through it, really spend some time working out some of these things. And I swear it will help. It helped me. And so that's what I'm sharing. This isn't clickbait. This is not a sales pitch. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm excited. I'm fired up. And there's that. So the other thing I wanted to tell you is how great I'm feeling after cutting out alcohol completely, not one sip, not one drop, in 41 days. Now, there was a time about 5 or 6 years ago where I did 8 months no booze, but I was younger, a little bit younger, and now, after having some anxiety and not really being able to figure it out, and still drinking pretty consistently every night, like I said earlier on previous videos, wine at dinner, drinks with buddies, a couple beers at the gig, lots of events and parties in Nashville lifestyle, as you can imagine, for 25 years. And so that is something that just kind of goes with the territory for me. I mean, I've always been, I've loved the ceremonial aspect of having a drink with your buddies, and that kind of like a camaraderie aspect of it. And so, but I'm also realizing that I can have just as much fun and feel way better without the booze. It's just a habit. And so I never drank at home. I never drank in the morning. Somebody asked me a couple of days ago, they were like, man, did you wake up sweating and stuff? No, I wasn't like a full blown like late, falling down on the floor first thing in the morning drinking a gallon of whiskey. It wasn't that. It had just caught up with me, and I realized that I was just doing it a little too much. And so ever since I got back from Hawaii with Gibbons, I haven't had anything to drink. And the direct relation to alcohol and the anxiety that I was having, I am anxiety free, other than the day-to-day stuff that anybody would worry about, just keeping this business going and the whole thing that we're doing. And that's normal. But as far as just that really horrifying, impending doom, negative feeling, that shit is not cool. That's not fun. It's terrifying, really. And so, it was time to make a big change. And I posted some of this on Instagram too and got some good feedback. But, if I can do it, then I think anybody can, because I don't have a lot of willpower, man. I'm the first one that's like, hey man, let's go have some fun and let's blow off let's blow off work and go have some fun. I like to live life to the fullest. Everybody knows that, but you can't, it's not sustainable if you let something like that get out of control. It's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect your body. It's going to affect your mind. It's going to affect your work, your craft, your artwork, your creativity. And I'm not ready to let that go yet, and so that stupid stuff is not worth it. I mean, I love it. It's fun, and it's not going anywhere. And so, if you can drink and you can enjoy yourself responsibly and have a good time and enjoy a nice glass of wine or some nice bourbon or a nice craft beer or something, or just a good old Coors Light, man, if you can do it and it doesn't mess with you, then by all means, keep going. I mean, there's nothing more fun than having some beers with your buddies. I mean, it's an age-old thing that people have been doing for a long time, but for me, that it wasn't helping my anxiety. And so I feel great now. And just, if anybody's struggling with any of that stuff, man, just take a little break and see what it does for you. I'm not saying I'm not here like, fighting a big crusade or anything, but whatever works for you is what you need to do. So it worked for me. I'm going to see how long I can go. It might be forever. It might be a year. It might be 5 years. Who knows, but all I know is it was definitely time to get back to, homeostasis, unity, waking up every day, feeling great, feeling motivated, being nicer, more patient, inspired to do things like take a walk or go lay in the grass in the park and enjoy some sunshine on these first days of nice weather. I mean, things like that we can't forget about. So just wanted to shed a little bit of light on that. Now, that little thing I opened up with, that's actually a song that our bass player Tim Marks came up with, and we play that with the trio, but it's kind of a cool little New Orleans thing. It's just, that'd be like a little funk groove, stuff like that. These little 9 chords, I like to spice up the 9 chords and the 7 chords by doing the little sus trick. So when you have your tritone, raise that to the 4th. The 3rd goes to the 4th. Right, if that was here. Chromatic. So up to the 5, G, then up to the C. Anywhere. If you learn a lick in one spot, learn the lick in all the spots. And the way to do that is just start on the same note. If I start on E here to go to G, and then A to go to C, then you can do that everywhere there's an E, right? Let's see, where's another one? Everywhere there's an E, right? I already did that one. They're everywhere. So that's a good trick. If you learn a lick like this, then it starts on G. Learn that same lick every everywhere you possibly can. Try to figure out what chord it comes from. It's like you're giving yourself a little quiz every time, and that's going to help you really, get into these chord shapes and the information that's around those. And so there's that. So this is like I said, kind of a little New Orleans groove. This is like just a good old, sometimes I don't like using the 9 chord. I might, if I do, I'll always do the James Brown thing. Go up a half step. You can always go into the 4 chord chromatically, to the 5, to the 1. So a whole step chromatically up to the next chord. That's fun. But these little sus things I was telling you about, sometimes I like to play the straight 7 chord in a New Orleans funk groove because I like to hear that root here. I like that little rub. Kind of meters-ish, right? Sorry. Some cool stuff, fun stuff. So those little kind of like a single note, it's almost like chicken picking, but it's this kind of New Orleans approach, right? It's all in the right hand. You just keep that thing going. It's relentless. It's as funky and syncopated as you can get it. And then with the left hand, you're muting a ton. It's all about the muting. Screwing it up, but you get the idea, just these little, So for that other little riff, I did that chromatic thing in E flat. So I went up a minor third. You'll hear the jam bands do that a lot. That's a big trick with them. That way you're not hanging on the 1 chord all night long for 45 minutes. Go up to another chord, go up to the 4 chord, go up to the 5 chord. Change it up a little bit so you're not just hanging on that 1 chord all the time. That really gets boring. Keep some movement going if you're writing some songs. But so this lick up to E flat, the whole riff is this. So up to the major third in the C shape, right? To the flat 7. So that phrasing kind of keeps going. Oh, sorry. And that's the end of the phrase. So to really syncopate that, I'm going to use the middle selector, which I don't use very often, mainly for country shuffles. But for funk stuff too, New Orleans stuff, right? Because you really get that nice percussive attack on the right hand. So again, this. Back to the C, right? C sharp 9. Let that high E string ring just to make it demented, right? I usually hit the Lex for that, the nice rotary sound. Get some crazy weird shit going on there. And then you're back, right? And then this little riff here, that's just your C down a whole step. Really simple stuff. Pretty simple stuff. So have some fun with that. This is not going to be a long lesson. I just want to talk a little bit about a couple of those things. Tomorrow I'm going to be promoting heavily the Brett Papa course. So please don't forget about that. I don't know. I can't say anything else. I don't need to sell this thing to you. You know it's going to be really cool. We put a lot of heart and soul into this course. Me and Brett had a lot of fun doing it, and I just really encourage you to check it out. So, guys, thanks so much. Check the links below. All the stuff we're doing. Instagram is a great way to see more day-to-day kind of stuff, the stories and reels. I've embraced social media. It's a way to help me. Kind of share my music from my house here and Nashville, right? So you guys get it. I love you, man. It's a great community we've got. There's a lot more coming. 2025 is going to be a hell of a year. We're getting inspired and motivated and feeling good. And it's just, man, just keep going and keep doing it. All right. Thanks a bunch, guys. We'll see you soon. All right. Telecasting to you from East Nashville. Over and out.